This is my uncle, Shane Mayo, and he's been an excellent drummer for numerous bands, including the Hanks, OPM, GLR, and currently plays with Mann and the Shine Runners. You can check out his newest album, Anytime But Now, on Spotify. Welcome.
Well, thank you very much for having me.
Why did you gravitate toward drumming, and is that motivator the same as yours now?
Well, I originally played the trumpet in grade school, and I got braces, and as you know, that's not a great combination. So I switched to drums, and purely out of, they said, you go play drums, and I was like, okay. And the rest is history. I really fell in love with it. My motivation changed from playing drums just because I was told to falling in love with everything about it. I'm still in love with it. I'm still growing. I still practice 3-4 times a week for hours, and still trying to look up to other drummers. But yeah, I'm still going, still motivated from the very beginning.
It's wonderful. So, what got you interested in pursuing music after high school?
I was just back here in Pekin. I was just able to hang out with my childhood friend in high school, and my mom had called him and said, "Hey, Shane really wants to pursue music. Can you call him and talk some sense into him and tell him not to do music?" And my friend was like, "Absolutely not. I will never do that." And I think I was so into marching band, drum corps. You know, I marched drum corps for a summer, and some of my teachers were working musicians. I saw, as a young drummer, that you could do this. I'm like, wait, you can play drums and make music and make money? And I was like, well, that's what I'm going to do. And so I went to college for my mom to get a degree in music performance at Western Illinois, and busted my butt for 4 years to try and get that degree. And then I knew after that, I think I left on tour with a band out of Chicago that summer. I graduated. Missed the graduation ceremony, but I was off.
Who is your favorite drummer or band, and do they continue to inspire your personal drumming style?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think Keith Moon of The Who just was my favorite. I feel like he literally poured everything out. I feel like I've seen footage of him after a show, and they're like Michael Jordan after the flu game, you know, just like, oh, like carrying him off like he has nothing left. And I have these images of him being carried off the stage, just like, just can't. And he literally died on stage. Like literally, like they're like, whoa, and like he was on his 4 times, and I've seen that footage, and it's just, I get compared to him. I'm very physical. I'm not a very stoic. I don't go crazy like that viral video of the guy doing too much drumming, but yeah, I mean, I play to the song. I really get into the song. I've been in lots of different bands, lots of different styles. I'm a big Ginger Baker fan. You know, Stuart Copeland. Mm-hmm. I'm a big Police fan. Like I love him and his movies. I've got to meet him and talk to him about just, you know, you can talk to him hours about all kinds of different stuff and all of his influences and how he went to Africa in pursuit of all these odd rhythms. And I think he has an album that's based on his trip through Africa. It's really great. Good stuff.
That's very cool. So, do you feel being from Nashville influences the sound of Mann and the Shine Runners?
Oh, most definitely. And more importantly, Mann is from Oklahoma. So we've been described, we had one review we had was NASCAR rock. Mm-hmm. They kind of stayed with this because it is kind of like pretty straightforward, like AC/DC rock music with country lyrics. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of has a good fit a good fit for Nashville. Nashville's eating it up. We have really good turnout for shows, and people seem to like it.
What kind of goes through your mind when you're in front of an audience?
Obviously, I want them to get the most entertainment value out of this. I mean, first of all, I'm a more of a team player drummer. Like I care about my guys, and if we're gelling and having as much fun as we possibly can, then I know the audience is enjoying it. If we can't hear, or there's bad sound, or sometimes you get like 3-4 songs in, nobody can hear you. Singers can't hear their harmonies, and it's kind of a bummer of a night. And it's like I know they're probably not getting the best show. But if that's why you do sound checks and make sure everything works great, everybody can hear everything, and if we're gelling and we're having a great time, I figure like the audience is having a great time.
That's a beautiful vision. Do you see a point you'd like to get to within your personal drumming, or sort of a personal milestone you'd like to reach?
Oh yeah, that's a good question. I would like to do more songwriting. That sounds weird as a drummer, but in GLR, that project, Garrett, the lead singer, guitarist, and I, we wrote most of that record. Like just him and I in a garage, just doing it, writing it, and it was a lot of fun because most drummers get called in last, and they're like, "Hey Jack, come on in here. Put some drums down to these songs that we've written," That's like the normal way a drummer gets invited into a band, Or if you're, or unless you're like 4 best buddies and we're all writing songs, but even in that process, the drum's like, give me a beat and then we'll all write a song to that, It's never like, let's all write a song together, And I would like to get to that point where I could be in on songwriting sessions. And I think in Nashville, I'm right in the middle of hundreds and hundreds of great songwriters. And so I want to be, I think I want to get to that point where I can be in those rooms and give valid lines, ideas, story arcs, like stuff like that of songs that are like, could be used. I mean, I can imagine like writing a song and just having it. That's kind of like my goal now.
That's a wonderful vision. Do you have anyone you'd like to shout out who's from Nashville, or other artists you think deserve more attention?
Well, our current band, Mann and the Shine Runners. We currently have some shows starting to line up, which is exciting. Shout out to those guys. And I would really recommend you guys going back. I think you mentioned the Hanks. The Hanks is a band that's, we're on Warped Tour 5 years in a row, South by Southwest 6 years in a row, 2 full-length records. That was really a passion project of ours that we loved. I still talk to those guys all the time. And OPM, those guys were just, from being blown up like Tony Hawk, Pro Skater, that video game, and just like taking off. And I rode that wave for a long time, and I love those guys. But yeah, I mean, check all those guys out. It's all good stuff. They have offshoots of their bands that, those projects never get attention. But all those projects have offshoots, and you guys got to go find them.
Yep. All right. Thank you for coming today.
Hey, thank you so much.